Boxing truth here. It was a entertaining card last night on HBO. Of course, the main event, the result in the main event was devastating. Gonzalez was brutally knocked out in the fourth round by Sor Rungvisai in a rematch that ended in a stunning result. I didn't bother to make a prediction video because I had no idea who was going to win the fight. Had a feeling Rungvisai was probably going to legitimately win, and I'm not going to pick against Gonzalez. On the record, I'm not going to do that against my Nicaraguan brother. But I knew it was going to be another tough fight because what I saw the first time between the two fighters, it wasn't a fluke. I watched the fight a few times between Gonzalez and Rungvisai, the first fight. And I never scored it for Gonzalez. Never felt he defeated Sor Rungvisai. One time I scored it a draw, but the point is I never thought Roman actually defeated Sor Rungvisai. The HBO boxing crew was most likely biased towards Roman that night, which, like many times before, duped a lot of fans into thinking he would dominate it, but he wasn't dominating that fight. It was a close, very competitive battle. It was pretty much Gonzalez's last hurrah against a very dangerous, very powerful, very much stronger opponent than himself. And after the first round, I knew Gonzalez was going to lose. It was a different Sor Rungvisai this time. He was even stronger. He was even fresher. He was even more confident. He was throwing even more punches, and he was throwing even harder. And Roman, the difference this time was that he was mentally rattled by Sor Rungvisai. He was mentally rattled with his style, was worried about the headbutts. That's something you just can't worry about. Got to do your thing. Of course, Rungvisai leads with his head, southpaw conventional. Not all the time it's going to be, whether it's deliberate or not, southpaw conventional, sometimes it's going to be accidental. But Rungvisai leads with his head. But that's not the reason why Gonzalez lost. Mentally, he was rattled by the style of Sor Rungvisai, and of course, Cigarette, he was a lot better this time around. Having that hardware around his waist improved him, made him more confident, and he wanted to make a statement, and he whooped Roman Gonzalez's ass the entire fight. Gonzalez lost every round, never got into the fight. Cigarette never allowed him to, and brutally knocked him out with right hooks in the fourth round. Dropped him twice, and it just looked like that from the first round on that it was gonna be that type of night for Roman. I didn't think it would have been amazing had Roman been able to go to another 12-round war with that type of puncher like that, and it wasn't to be. The Roman Gonzalez era is most likely over. Very tough, devastating defeat to come back from. He's just not as dominant at 115 compared to the other weight classes. But Gonzalez, he challenged himself. He kept fighting the baddest mofo out there in every weight division. Fought this guy because he was forced to, was mandated by WBC. Threw 2 mandatories at him, even though he beat a defending champion. WBC didn't treat Roman Gonzalez right. Maybe because he beat their prince. And their prince lost last night again after a mix-up by Michael Buffer. Estrada deserved that win. He whooped Quadra's ass in that second half of that fight. But Sor Rungvisai is now the #1 bantamweight in the world in my eyes. He's proven himself. He was truly the WBC champion at super flyweight all along. Not Quadras. Gonzalez beat an imposter in Quadras for the belt, And then he fought the real champion and had a very tough fight the first time. And then the second time, Rungvisai left no doubt. He's the #1 guy at 115, and Estrada is going to be next for him. He's the mandatory. That was an eliminator for Quadras. But Estrada's not going to beat this guy. Estrada's not strong enough, doesn't punch enough, not in good enough condition to beat Rungvisai. The only guy among the champions that can beat him, from what I see, is Inoue. But it's going to be a hell of a fight between those two guys when they lock horns. Look for Rungvisai to be back on HBO against Estrada in the mandatory defense. Look for Inoue to be on the undercard. Then HBO is going to make that fight sometime next year. And it's going to be a hell of a fight. And as for Roman, looks like he's reached his ceiling. Too many wars, too many battles, but gave us a lot of great memories. Was truly a great fighter. Moved up divisions, was pound for pound level, reached the pinnacle of the top. Was very close to those 7-figure paydays that he so desired. But now, may have to start thinking about something else besides boxing. It hurt to see him go out like that. But it's all good, bro. You took the challenge. Fought the best fighters out there around your weight division. And you're going to go down as a Hall of Famer. This is Boxing Truth. I'm out.